So, y'all know we've been following Diddy's drama for a hot minute now, but hold on to your wigs because things just got even messier. We're talking new leaked footage, federal investigations, and some seriously shady business. Let's spill this scalding hot tea, shall we? First things first, let's talk about Diddy and Kim Porter's relationship. Now, we've known for ages that things weren't exactly peachy between these two. But honey, the new tea that's come to light makes their past drama look like a kiddie pool compared to the ocean of mess we're diving into now. Back in 2005, there was a report that had everyone's jaws on the floor. It claimed that Diddy broke Kim's nose during an argument on a yacht in Saint-Tropez. Now get this, Diddy apparently flew in a special plastic surgeon from Geneva to fix it up. Talk about damage control. Kim tried to play it cool, saying she hurt herself by banging her nose on a table. Girl, please, we weren't born yesterday. But here's where it gets real, besties. According to the grapevine, Kim eventually got fed up with Diddy's nonsense and started fighting back. Word on the street is, she even sent him to the ER once. Can you believe it? Our girl was not playing.
When they were at home, at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit an artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to St. Louis.
Now, let's fast forward a bit. We all know Kim and Diddy eventually called it quits, largely because Diddy couldn't keep it in his pants and started a thing with Cassie. But here's where things take a turn for the seriously dark. For a while now, there's been this rumor floating around that Diddy might have had something to do with Kim's passing. I know it sounds like something straight out of a true crime podcast, right? But stick with me because the tea just keeps getting hotter. Jaguar Wright, who's always ready to spill some scalding tea, dropped a bomb about Kim and Cassie. Apparently, just before Kim passed away, she had a heart-to-heart with Cassie. According to Jaguar, Kim gave Cassie some info that helped her escape her toxic relationship with Diddy.
Because see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit-down right before she left us. And I know Kim had some very good advice to give you, and I believe that this is why things are happening as they're happening now. Kim was smart, wasn't she, Cassie? Kept you alive and kept you safe. Congratulations on surviving and congratulations on standing up.
And get this, Jaguar claims this conversation happened not long before Kim supposedly died from pneumonia. Now, when Kim passed away, the official story was pneumonia, but Jaguar wasn't buying it for a second. She was one of the first to call BS on that explanation.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
But hold up, because Jaguar wasn't the only one side-eyeing the official story. Kim's first baby daddy, Al B, sure, also hinted that he thought Diddy might have had something to do with Kim's death. He made this cryptic Instagram post talking about how he found out about Kim Porter's murder and how it ripped the soul from my physical body. He straight up said, Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia, that's some BS. Al B sure even tagged Diddy in the post with the hashtag, don't let the love songs fool you. I mean, if that's not a direct call out, I don't know what is. But wait, it gets even wilder. Al B sure posted another throwback pic of him and Kim saying she told him she was running and that he told her to call the FBI. And then, get this, shortly after speaking out, Al B sure went into a coma and almost died. When he woke up, he never spoke about it again. Coincidence? Girl, I think not. Jaguar Wright had some thoughts about this too.
Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma.
Now let's talk about these federal indictment documents that got leaked. Apparently, the FBI has been looking into Kim's death for a while now. They even stopped her family from filing a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy because they were already investigating him. According to these documents, the FBI has interviewed 3 of Kim's family members and 6 friends. They've all been told to keep quiet about it, and here's where Cassie comes back into the picture. Apparently, when she filed her own lawsuit against Diddy, she told lawyers she had information about Kim's death and proof of why Kim was murdered. Talk about a plot twist. But that's not all, besties. The documents raise some serious questions about how Kim died. Like, if she died peacefully in her sleep from pneumonia, why was there blood on her pillowcases and a trail of blood leading to the bathroom? And why was she found on the bathroom floor if they said she was found unresponsive in bed? The documents also claim that Kim wasn't found by housemates like they said, but by a medical professional that Diddy handpicked. And get this, Kim's last call was to 911 at 2:43 a.m., but she wasn't found until around 11 a.m. Something's not adding up here, and the feds know it. Now let's spill some tea about Kim's book. Yes, you heard that right. Kim was apparently writing a tell-all book that would have exposed everything. Multiple sources have confirmed this book existed, but here's the kicker. When Kim passed, her home was reportedly ransacked, and her laptop with the book on it, along with her physical notes, were all stolen. To this day, we've never seen the full copy of the book. Suspicious much? But don't worry, besties, because some snippets of the book have leaked, and let me tell you, they are juicy. We're talking Diddy's alleged relationships, footage of those encounters, the men he slept with, STDs, including one he allegedly gave to Usher, Mary J. Blige allegedly being pregnated by Diddy, and of course the physical abuse Kim suffered. A couple of weeks ago, some new pages from the book leaked, and they are heartbreaking. Kim wrote about an incident where Diddy got jealous over some flowers another man sent her, even though they weren't together anymore. She described how Diddy slapped her so hard she hit the ground, threw flowers at her, and then hit her with a chair. She woke up in the hospital with a cast on her arm and her face all busted up. But it gets worse. After putting her in the hospital, Diddy allegedly forced Kim to lie and say she'd been in a car accident. Kim wrote, "He was going to make me look crazy. They were going to believe him. He was a kingpin." Now, here's where things get really intense. Word on the street is that the feds have allegedly found footage of Diddy putting hands on Kim and threatening to unalive her and make her disappear. This lines up with what Cassie, Lil Rod, and Rodney, Don Jones all alleged in their lawsuits, that Diddy bragged about how he could make people disappear and had allegedly unalived people before. Y'all, Diddy has found himself in some deep, deep trouble. When and if that video of him and Kim gets played in court, it's going to be game over. I can't help but think about how his sons are going to feel when all this comes out, especially his kids with Kim, Quincy, Christian, and the twins. They've been showing up to court to support him, but my heart breaks thinking about how they'll react when they realize what might have happened to their mom. The fans have been all over this, and their comments are intense. One said, "So I just learned that not only was Kim Porter obviously murdered by Diddy, but apparently the autopsy person who initially ruled it a homicide also mysteriously died, and then the ruling was mysteriously thrown out and changed to death by pneumonia." Another commented, "I hope that he dies in prison." Some fans are digging even deeper, saying things like, "I'm more interested in the truth about the relationship with Diddy, Kim Porter, and Al B. Sure, talk about a real sinister conspiracy." And another fan summed it up pretty well. "Sean Combs is a monster and used his power to manipulate people and control them. Many never thought we'd see the day he'd be held accountable." Y'all, this whole situation is like a real-life thriller movie, but with real victims and real consequences. It's scary to think about how much power and influence someone can have in the entertainment industry and how they might use that power to cover up some seriously dark deeds. Now, I want to remind everyone that as of right now, these are all allegations. Diddy hasn't been convicted of anything related to Kim's death, but with the federal investigation ongoing and all these new details coming to light, it's clear that there's more to this story than meets the eye. It's also important to remember Kim Porter in all of this. She was a mother, a friend, and by all accounts, a kind and loving person. Whatever the truth is about her passing, she deserves justice and respect. This whole situation also shines a light on the importance of believing and supporting victims of abuse. It takes incredible courage to speak out against powerful people, and we've seen time and time again how victims can be silenced or discredited. As for Diddy, well, it looks like his empire might be crumbling between the allegations, the trafficking accusations, and now these revelations about Kim Porter. It's hard to see how he comes back from this. But that's the thing about karma, besties. It always comes back around. So, what do y'all think about all this? Do you believe the allegations against Diddy? What do you think really happened to Kim Porter? And how do you think this is all going to play out in court? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because you know I'll be here with all the latest tea as soon as it's brewed. Until next time, this is Hot Gossip, reminding you to stay safe, stay fabulous, and always, always speak your truth. Bye. Speak your truth. Bye.